No family members are there in any of the rooms. C and D family members are there. Okay. As we embark on this session together, remember the words of Helen Keller. Hello, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Welcome to a community where collaboration rise and possibilities are limitless. A very good morning to one and all present here. As we gather here today for this online session, let's create an atmosphere where wisdom and knowledge set the tone for our time together. So let's make the session memorable by fostering an environment where learning becomes not just a task, but a shared experience. Let this journey begin with positive spirit and the promise of meaningful session ahead. I now request Ms. Shweta to host the session for today. Video should be on. Video should be on.
Money isn't everything, but money needs money isn't everything, but everything needs money. A warm welcome to all the enthusiastic faculties and students joining this session. Today is a special day as we gather. A warm welcome to all enthusiastic faculties and students joining this session. Today is a special day as we gather here for online webinar on financial empowerment through wealth creation. We are honored to have with us our distinguished individual, Mr. Suryakant Yadav, Mr. Suryakant Sharma as chief guest. Mr. Suryakant Sharma is an illuminary field in commerce holding a commerce degree and master's in law with a specialization in corporate laws. His illustrious career spans over 35 years in banking, finance, and securities market. He has served in various fields including the Department of Financial Service, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and Security Exchange Board of India, where he spent more than 16 years contributing to the different departments. During his tenure at SEBI, Mr. Sharma played a pivotal role in forecasting the financial literacy and investor awareness. Literacy and investor awareness programs were conducted, impacting countless individuals. He also contributed to the development of vocational course on mutual funds for the students. Post his superannuation from SEBI in 2019, Mr. Sharma took a role of senior consultant at Association of Mutual Funds in India. Since then, he conducted more than 700 investors awareness webinars, interacting with the lakhs of investors and students across the country. His dedication to spread the financial literacy and investor awareness is commendable. Today's webinar is just not an event, it's an opportunity for all of us to gain insight from the session professional. He has devoted his career to empower individuals through financial education. Let's make the most of this occasion and extend the heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Suryakant Sharma for gracing us with his presence. Once again, a warm welcome to all gather here. Let's embark on this educational journey together, inspired by the knowledge we are about to get. Thank you.
Professor Bhavnani, good morning.
Professor Bhavani sir, please unmute your audio option, sir. Please.
Okay, yes.
Okay, sir.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, everyone. Okay. I'm truly honored, okay, and with our speaker, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, and I'll now just call sir to please take over the session and to empower our students with the financial awareness. Students and faculties, we need this especially from the expert like you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Bhavnani. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to your faculty members, your staff, and your students, and for giving me opportunity to be with all of you today. But of course, through this platform at this time. But Professor Bhavnani, I
Yes,
would
sir.
be very happy to come to your college as well, physically, at the
Sure.
first opportunity when I get, and to meet you all of you. The topic today you have given me, but before that, I just ask one question to
Yes,
Professor
yes, sir.
Bhavnani.
Yes, sir.
Would it be more convenient to talk in Hindi or English or both? In what language your
Yes, sir.
students will be more comfortable?
Our students will be more comfortable with English. Okay, as the majority of the students that we have are from Karnataka.
Okay. That's why I just wanted to ask you which language will be
Sure.
more competitive. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. And Professor Bhavnani today has given me a topic to talk on money, our money.
Yes, sir.
And we all know that money is very, very, very important in our life. My dear friends, you will appreciate and accept that money plays a very bigger role in our life to take shape. Without money, honestly speaking, we can't live. Very honestly speaking. Of course, for survival, breathing is necessary. Air is there. God has given nature that is there. But Professor Bhavnani, you will agree with me that to lead a comfortable life, we need money.
Sure.
And money not in a very small pocket. We need huge money in our life. Everybody, even middle class will need crores of rupees. I will tell you in detail. Even a middle class person will need crores of rupees in his life to make his life her comfortable and to give a better life to his family or her family. That is why money is very important. But now the first question arises before all of us, from where we get money. This is the basic question.
Yes.
And the answer to this is that we do something. We do. Either we go for some job or service, either we go for some business, either we go for some profession. So there is a prime source of money for all of us. Of course, students is not earning today, but they are going to earn very soon down the line, and they will be having money in their hands. So there is always a prime source of money for all of us. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, particularly for students. And the prime source of money, what we do, Professor Bhamnani, you will agree with me, that a majority of our prime source of money goes into taking care of our regular expenses, monthly expenses,
Yes, I agree,
normally
sir.
monthly expenses. Maybe 60%, maybe 70%, maybe 40%, but a good percentage of that normally goes into taking care of our normal needs, basic needs, not only ourselves, but our family. But Professor Sir, you will agree with me that we Indians have a unique DNA, a typical DNA with us. And what is that, sir? Every Indian family, and for that matter, every Indian, whatever she or he might be earning, maybe 10,000, maybe 10 lakhs. Every Indian try to take away as much money as they can. Of course, sometimes it is very difficult, but they try to take away some as much money as they can out of their normal earning for future. And the money which we don't spend out of our prime source, Professor Sir, it is called savings. It is called savings. and we should be proud of it, when professor must be knowing it. Indians are still one of the best savers in the world. We are still one of the best savers in the world. And Professor Sir, it is not today. It has been going on for centuries together. Because that thing has come in our blood, in our DNA. We try to save as much as we can. And why we save, sir? Have you thought and given any thought to this, that why we save? Because for future, we will need huge money in our life for bigger things. And our salary or prime source might not be sufficient to take care of those requirements or those needs. That is why we sacrifice a lot of things today for tomorrow. We sacrifice a lot of things for today for tomorrow. And that is why we save. So, my dear friends, saving is very, very important. And to students, Professor Sir, I want to tell your students 3 basic things about saving. The first and most important thing is start saving right from the first month when you start earning. I don't know whether professor has made a mistake, but I had made a mistake. I literally lost first 3, 4, 5 years. We will start saving afterwards. Let me enjoy the money I have started earning. But that was a blunder on my part. That is why I am telling you, all students, please do understand the importance of money right from the first month when you start earning. And you must start saving right from the first month when you start earning. And I tell you, my dear friends, amount of saving is not important. You may even save 50 rupees. You may even save 100 rupees. You may even send 200 rupees a month when you start earning. But these 100 rupees and 200 rupees are going to be lakhs of rupees down the line after 10, 20 years. That is why the first thing I want to request all your students is start saving right from the first month when you start earning. Don't lose a single month. Second thing, be regular in saving. Every month you have to save. Be religious. Come what may. Of course, situation will definitely keep changing, Professor Sir. But you should have a commitment with yourself that come what may, I will save every month. Amount might vary from month to month, but I will keep saving every month. And third and last thing I want to tell about saving to your students, sir, please keep increasing your saving with the increase in your income. Because it will naturally happen, Sweta, when you will start earning. After 1 year, you will get some increment, some increase in your package or whatever it might be. So your income will keep increasing. So with the increase in your income, you must also increase your savings. These 3 things, my dear friends, looks very, very small things. But I want to tell all of you, this is going to change your life forever. That is why saving is very, very important. And Professor Sir, everything will go out of savings only. Everything will come out of savings only. Particularly in the context of middle class, salary class person. So saving is the first step. But as Professor Sir knows very well, we have been saver also, sir. We have also saved. But unfortunately, we stopped there. We saved, but we didn't put our saving into some fruitful purpose, into some productive manner. And the putting of your saving into some product, my dear friends, it is called investment. So, my dear friends, I want to tell you, once you start saving, you must also start investing that saving. And to put it in a right perspective, saving is the first step, Sweta. Investment is the second step. You must take first step, but you must not stop at first step. You must take second step. That is, you must invest your money. And what is the purpose of investment, Sweta? Have you ever thought of it? What is the purpose of investment? Professor knows it very well. The purpose of investment is very simple. My money should also start earning money for me. Whatever I have saved, that money should start earning money for me. That's the only purpose of investment. And there should be second source of income, Sweta. And second source of income will come to you through investment return only, through investment income only. So there has to be 2 sources of money to make you prosper. First source is you will earn, and second source is your money will earn. So these will go side by side, and there is no conflict in between. They will go side by side. And Sweta, a day should come in your life, and I will pray Almighty that this day will come in your life, and not to you, but all your students, Professor Sir, when their investment will start earning more income than their regular income. It can be, it should be, and it will be, provided, Sweta, you start working on your saving and investment right from the first month. And
Yes,
it
sir.
will be happening, Sweta, not today, not tomorrow. Mr. Vilash, it will take minimum 10 to 15 years. That is why you should not only save, but you should also invest. The second thing I want to tell all of you is, whatever investment you are making, you are definitely get income on it, return on it, or profit on it, whatever you call it. We have also been investor, Professor Sir. I don't know about you, but as far as I am concerned, I can tell you that I was also investor. But unfortunately, Professor, I simply accumulated money even after investment. I didn't create wealth. I didn't real money out of my investment. What is the difference between money accumulation, Sweta, and wealth creation? I just want to give you an example. And for that, I will take the example of Professor Bhavnani, because he is a runner. That's why I am taking his name, sir. Kindly permit me to take your name in this example, which I want to share with your students. Sweta,
Yes, sir.
suppose Professor Bhavnani has got 1 lakh rupees with him, and he goes for a bank FD. FD, you all know. You might have not
Yes.
done FD, Sweta, but you must have seen your parents doing it, your
Yeah.
relations doing it. FD is simply putting the money with the bank for a particular period. Suppose Professor Bhavnani goes for 1 year bank FD with a good bank of 1 lakh rupees, and bank promises him to give him 6% interest on FD.
Okay.
After 1 year, when we meet Professor Bhavnani and just ask her, sir, what happened to your FD? What answer Professor Bhavnani will give? I have
Like,
earned 6,000 rupees on FD of 1 lakh rupees at the rate of 6%. And he's happy. He's celebrating this 6,000 rupees with family. Normally, it do happen with all of us. But Professor, sir, I want to tell you and throw you to all those students, that thinking is not right. Why not right, Sweta? Because of two reasons. First reason, which is very important, during 1 year when professor had given his 1 lakh rupees to the bank, one thing also keep happening every day. What it is, Sweta? Inflation.
Yes.
Inflation also keep happening, means prices of goods and items also keep happening, keep increasing. Suppose the inflation rate had been 5%. What does it mean, sir? It simply means that last year, had you not gone for the bank FD and could have purchased some item or goods or have availed some services out of 1 lakh rupees, Professor sir, tell me, would you be able to get same item, same goods, same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees?
No.
Be possible, sir? We all know it will not be possible. Why? Because of inflation, prices of those items have increased. Suppose the inflation rate has been 5%. What does it mean? That whatever you could have got last year at 1 lakh rupees, sir, for the same items, you will have to pay 1 lakh 5,000 rupees after 1 year. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes.
you see the proposition, sir. You were very happy when you got 6,000 rupees. But Shweta, in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. Normally, we don't think in those terms. We always feel happy whatever we get as return. But that is not the right thinking. So what I want to tell all of you, that inflation eats majority of your return on investment. So you have to work hard that after inflation, there remains something with you. And suppose, Professor, in this example, after eating 5,000 out of 6,000, 1,000 still remains with you. And Professor is still happy. No problem, let the 5,000 go. I still have 1,000 rupees. No, sir. There is another proposition which we have to look at. And that is on most of the investment return, Professor, Government of India takes income tax or capital gain tax. Most of them. There are hardly a few products where no tax is payable. And in the case of FD, Professor, the rules are very simple. Whatever you earn as interest on bank FD, Professor Sir, you will have to pay income tax on that interest component as per your income tax slab. Suppose you are in 20% bracket. Suppose, conservatively speaking, you must be 30%, but suppose you are in 20% bracket, you will have 20% income tax on 6,000. What it is, sir? 1,200 rupees. Now you see the proposition, you were very happy when you got 6,000 rupees. But Sweta, in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation, and 1,200 rupees he has to pay as income tax. Did he get anything in reality, Sweta?
No, actually,
No, rather 200 rupees has been lost.
yeah.
That is the thing you have to understand, my dear friends, that in investment return, you must look at the inflation rate as well as the tax payable. And if after that something remains with you, that is your real return. That is your real return. Suppose, Professor, so in this scenario, Professor, you got nothing, rather you lost 200 rupees.
Yes.
Suppose I take this example forward, and suppose the rate of interest on FD is 8%. In that scenario, you will get 8,000. Again, we think that inflation has been 5%. Then out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. Again, Professor, 20% income tax on 8,000, that is 1,600. But even after that, Professor Sir, there remains 1,400. 8,000 minus 5,000 minus 1,600. And Sweta, this 1,400 is his real return. Please do understand what I want to say you, that unless and until we earn some real return on investment, the purpose of saving an investment will not be served at all. So, my dear students, I want to tell all of you, when you start earning, when you start saving, when you start investing, you must see that you put your savings into some products which will give you some real return. And Sweta, the formula of real return is very simple. If you want to note it down, don't note it down. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. And my dear friends, I again repeat, only real return is going to make you prosper. Only real return is going to make you wealthy. Only real return is going to create wealth for you. That is why it is very necessary that we must earn real return. Now, one more thing I want to ask you, Professor Sir. What was the reason that my generation was not able to get real return on investment? What was the reason? Sir, there was a reason. And the reason lies in my mind, not outside somewhere else. In the middle class, salary class person, Sweta, we have got a typical mindset. I think Professor Bhavnani will also agree with me. And that mindset is, we don't want to take any risk in investment. Arey Baba, no, we don't even want to listen to risk. What we normally say when we discuss about investment, is there any risk? And if somebody says yes, there might be some risk, then my answer will be no, chapter close here. I will not invest in that. So my mindset was like that we were not at all prepared to take a risk. And Professor Sir, it was a blunder. It was a blunder on my part, very honestly speaking. Because in investment matrix, first thing you must understand, Shweta, when there is a risk, there is a possibility of reward. And again, I tell you, reward or return simply means real return. I will not again and again real return, because that is the real return we must earn on investments. So, in investment, risk is there. bearing some governmental small saving scheme. Professor sir must be knowing that those schemes as well, and I will tell in brief to during my session also. There are products which has got risk, but then there is a probability and potentiality that they might give you real return. So you have to understand that we have to first accept, Sweta, and particularly students, I want to tell all of you, you have to accept that in investment, risk is there. Of course, Professor, degree of risk will vary from product to product. In some product, there is very least risk. In some product, there is minimum risk. In some product, there is moderate risk. And in some product, very high risk. But risk element is there. Please do understand what I want to say you. So first, please accept that risk is there in investment. And once you accept, the second thing which will come your mind, my dear friends, I think there is some difference, disturbance in between. Shweta, can you just take care of? Some disturbance is going on. Please see that there is no disturbance. So, as far as risk is concerned, we must accept that risk is there. And Professor, when we accept that risk is there, the second question which will naturally come in our mind is how I can manage my risk, how I can minimize my risk. Because everybody would like to minimize his risk. Yes, my dear friends, Sweta, you can minimize your risk, you can manage your risk, but you can't make your risk zero. Some element of risk in most of the products will always be there. But still you can minimize it. Still you can manage it. How? I'm just giving you two-word formula to Sweta. If you want to note it down, note it down. Only two words, Sweta. Think,
Yes,
understand, and invest.
think,
Think, understand, and invest. The first word what I have used, Sweta? Think.
think, understand.
What we have to think? We have to think two things about ourselves. Only for ourselves. And the first and most important thing is, what is my risk-taking capacity? How much risk I can take? And Professor, every individual has got different risk appetite. Every individual has got different risk appetite because of age, because of income, and because of family liabilities. These three factors will decide your risk-taking capacity. So every individual has got different risk appetite, Sweta. So one thing comes out of is that you should never follow others while taking any investment decision. You must see only your risk-taking capacity. Normally, Professor, what happens in organization and institution, suppose a person is known as a good investor and he's investing some money somewhere, the whole staff, whole faculty members will start investing in the same product, which is a blunder. We should never follow others. May there be friends, may there be relations, may there be colleagues. Because I have got my different risk appetite. And Sweta, for you, you are very lucky that luck I will not say to Professor Bhavnani, but to you means your students and young people, you are very lucky that you are young. You can take high risk. Why? Because you have got 30, 40 years to go in your life. If something goes wrong, you have got time to rectify it and carry it on. But Professor, unfortunately, that luxury I don't have now. That is why age is very, very important in investment. Those who are young, I encourage them to take risk. I encourage them to take risk. But again, Sweta, risk should be calculated. It should not be blind.
Yeah.
You should not blindly follow others. You should take calculated risk. That too, as per your risk appetite. The first thing you have to think about yourself is your risk-taking capacity while taking all your investment decision. Second thing you have to think about it is That is time horizon of investment. Time horizon of investment, professor, is very, very important, equally important as far as we have just discussed about the risk-taking capacity. And Sweta, what is time horizon of investment? It simply means that when I need the money, I should have money. That is time horizon. Suppose, and every individual has got a lot of things to do in life, bigger things to do in life, where he will be needing or she will be needing huge money. Sweta, when you will start earning, you will be needing huge money in your life. For what? Number one, marriage. Huge money will be required. After that, naturally, everybody would like to have their own house. Again, huge money is required. Then Sweta will like to have a good car. Again, for that, you will need good money. Again, and then Sweta will definitely like to travel across globe. Not only India, but beyond Karnataka, beyond India also. Naturally, that is very natural nowadays. But for that, you will need money, huge money. And after some years, 15, 20 years, Sweta, when your children will grow up, there is a natural process of life. When your children will grow, you will laugh at me, sir. Myself is a child, and you are talking me about my children. But Sweta, it is a part. It is a life. Life is a journey. Things will go like this. At one point of time, myself and Professor Bhavnani was also a child like you. Then life take us to forward. We did something. We are here today. The same thing will be happening for you also. So after 10, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, your children will go for higher education, just like you are taking here. And for that, again, you will need huge money. After that, once their education is over, children, Sweta, you will definitely think of their marriage. Again, for that, you will need money. And last but not least, but more important thing is, for leading a retirement life, you will need huge money.
Yes.
And Professor, sir, Sweta will again laugh at me. Sir, I have not yet started earning and you have taken me to the retirement. I know, you might be laughing at it, but Sweta, life is a journey. We have to think all aspects of the life even today. So for retirement also, you will need money. From where all this money will come? Money will come only, Sweta, when you will start saving and investing it and getting real return on it. So how you can plan your finances that when you need the money, you should have money? A concept is there, Sweta, and that is called financial planning. Financial planning. And
Yes, sir.
financial planning is very important, Sweta. And Professor, I keep emphasizing in my sessions, every individual must have his or her financial plan. Sweta should also have her financial plan, not today, Sweta, but when you start earning, in the first year of your earning, you must draw your financial plan.
Yes.
And what is financial plan? Financial plan simply is a statement that for what purpose you will need money, at what time, at what quantum of money.
Yeah.
That is your financial plan. How you can do it? I just give an example. Suppose a person just take a paper, white paper, and make 3 columns in it. In the first column, please jot down, Sweta, what you will be doing in your life. What are the major milestones for which you will need money? I'm limiting myself with the money requirement only. Normally, for what we will need money, Sweta? As we have just discussed, marriage, house, car, international, national travel, education of children, marriage of children, then retirement life. For all these things, we will need huge money. So in the first column, you jot down these are called milestones. These are basically milestones in your life. In the second column, against each column, you just start putting the year when it is likely to happen. Not precisely, it is not possible, Sweta, but just give an estimate, just give an idea.
Okay, sir.
Suppose somebody says that he is not married and he is likely to be married after 2 years. So what does it simply means? It simply means that after marriage, against marriage, put it 2 years. Put it 2 years. Likewise, 2 years, then after marriage, you will think of house after 5 years, taking car 7 years, and going on vacation every 5 years. Start putting the period against each milestone. Again, I'm telling you, it is an estimate only. Last
Yes.
and very important thing is how much money you will need for each item. Suppose, Sweta, somebody says that I will need 5 lakh rupees for marriage after 2 years. Suppose he put it 5 lakhs against marriage. But Sweta, today he or she, you might be thinking that he will be needing 5 lakhs, but it will not be 5 lakhs. Because of inflation, it might be 5.50 lakhs. Because prices will keep increasing. So put it a factor in inflation also in those. Two very important thing I want to tell all of you and the students to understand. Sweta, are you aware that a good MBA degree from a reputed institute in India, regular 2-year degree, normally costs not less than 50 to 20 lakhs today? Am I right, sir? Normally speaking, 15 to 20 lakhs today. But Sweta, when your children will go for MBA degree after 25 years, you have not thought of it. But the degree which is costing around 20 lakhs today, MBA degree, Sweta, for your kids after 25 years, it will cost not less than 2 crore rupees because of inflation. It's a fact of life. We should admit it. Early you admit, better it will be. So 2 crore rupees you will require for one children education. Suppose perchance you have got 2 children, then 4 crore only for the higher education of the children.
Yes.
Now, one more thing I want to tell you. Suppose a person of the age of 30, professor says that he is able to manage his monthly expenses today at around 30,000 rupees. Normal middle class I am talking about. 30,000 rupees today he is managing, professor. After 30 years, when he becomes 60 and he has retired, Shweta, you might not think, for the same standard of living, no extra venture, sir. So for the same standard of living after 30 years, he will need not less than 2 lakh rupees per month because of inflation. So inflation is very, very important to understand and to factor in while visualizing or while making our estimate for the money requirement in our life. And I want to tell you, Sweta, if you make the total of the last column of all milestones, a person of the age of 30, Bhavnani sir, will need not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees for his milestones only. And that I am telling Sweta of the age of 30 year chap today. You are not even 30 today. You are not even 20 today. So for you, it might be even 15 crore rupees. From where it will come? From where it will come?
Investment
I know Sweta has decided to go to Amitabh Bachchan KBC show next time in the next season. And Sweta might win first prize of 10 crore. Next time it might be 10 crore even. Okay, Sweta has done his job. But what about lakhs of other professor? 1 or 2% can win the prize. But what about the lakhs and crores of others? Yes. Now I want to give you, all of you, confidence, Sweta. You all can have 20 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestones, provided, underline the most important thing, provided you start working on your saving and investment right from the first month when you start earning. And the chart, Sweta, which we have just prepared, first column, second column, and third column, it is called financial plan. And Professor, I keep emphasizing in my session about the importance of financial planning. Why it is important, Sweta? Because it will give you clear picture of your requirement of money at different stages of life and for different milestones. And Professor knows it very well. Psychologists say, Sweta, that those who have defined goals in his or her life, goals including financial goals, they work hard because the goals are clear. We have defined goals are clear. So we will naturally be working hard to achieve those goals. So please set your financial goals. And that can be possible only through financial planning. That is why please prepare your financial plan as early as possible when you start earning. One more thing I want to tell you about money and investment, and that is eighth wonder of the world, Sweta. It is eighth wonder of the world, and it is called power of compounding. Power of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. Power of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. And what is power of compounding in investment, Sweta? You have to make a simple promise with yourself, not with others, Professor, with yourself only. And what is that promise? Whenever I will get return on my investment, definitely when you will save and invest, you will get return. Not today, not tomorrow. Down the line, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you will start earning return or yield on your return. Whenever I get return on my investment, may it be 500 rupees, may it be 5,000 rupees, may it be 5 lakhs rupees. What I will do? I will simply keep reinvesting that return. I will not consume that return. This promise you have to make yourself. And Sweta, this promise is not easy to make. Very easy to make, but very tough to execute. How? Why? How? Suppose, Sweta, after 10 years, you have started earning, you have started investing, and after 10 years, you get a good return on some investment of 5 lakhs rupees. Good return. You have committed yourself that you will keep reinvesting it for the next 20 years. But your whole family will be behind you, Sweta. But Baba, you have earned 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs rupees. You will go to Switzerland only. Forget about what you have committed. Take us to Switzerland. This is normal course of every family will like. But at that juncture, Professor, they will have to be very clear and committed. No, this 5 lakhs rupees will be reinvested. We will try to make extra money for going for a Switzerland trip, but this 5 lakh will not be consumed. And this promise has to be kept not in one time, Sweta. For next 20 years, whenever you get return, and again I repeat, return amount is not important. Maybe 500 rupees, maybe 5,000, maybe 5 lakhs or 50 lakhs. What is important is that I will keep reinvesting it for next 20 years. And if you do, and there is no option, Professor knows it very well, Professor Bhamnani knows it very well, there is no option. You have to commit yourself. You have to make promise with yourself. And if you do, Sweta,
Yes, sir.
you will be very happy to know that after 15, 20 years, you will have plenty of money in your hands.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because of power of compounding, because of multiplying your money. So, my dear friends, for making good money, it is very important that we should religiously follow power of compounding in investment. I have literally taken you around 30, 40 minutes for the basics only. And I feel, Professor, that these basics are very, very important for a student to understand, to embark on a journey of investment success. You will be successful in investment, Sweta, only when you are clear about the basics of investment. One more thing I want to tell you about investment, Sweta. There are 3 elements in investment. 3 elements which normally people look at. The first element, rather sometimes it is most important element for majority of the people. First element is security. I want security of my money. I am not bothered about the return I will get, but what I am more concerned, Professor Bhamnani, is that whatever I am investing, my money should be secured. But this was a thought of yesterday, like people like me. Security is very important. Second element is liquidity. Liquidity simply means when I need the money, I should have money. Suppose you have invested your money in 10-year product sum. So you will get money after 10 years only. So you have literally deprived of liquidity. Suppose some emergency comes in, you can't withdraw that money because you have kept that money for 10 years. So liquidity is also important in investment. And third and last, but equally important, is return. How much return I get on my investment. And I feel personally, Professor Bhamnani, students should focus on return only. I should focus on security now, because these things will keep changing, mindset will keep changing. Because at my age, Sweta, I'm more concerned that whatever money I have in mind, it should be secured. But for you, it should not be a major consideration. Your major consideration is that you should earn maximum return on your investment. So these three metrics you must understand, and sometimes it is conflicting, because when there is a safety, there might not be extraordinary return, Professor. Very simply speaking, those products which give you 100% security, like government schemes, they will not give you reasonable return even. And some products don't give you even liquidity. So you have to keep a balance between liquidity, between safety, and between return. And when you are young, again I repeat, Sweta, you should focus on maximizing return on your investment.
First preference should be the returns.
Yeah, first priority should be of return. Now the second thing I want to tell you, you should not invest your all money in one product only. Suppose Sweta has got 5 lakhs rupees and she put 5 lakh rupees in a particular any product. No, that is not a wise decision. That is not a wise decision. What I want to tell you, you
Invest in the
you
different
should diversify your investment. Out of 5 lakhs, you should put your money in some one product or some other product or third product. So it is called diversification of risk
investment.
and diversification of investment. What benefit it will give you? It will give you, your risk will be automatically spread. Your risk will be automatically managed, and return will also be there reasonable. Because you have invested some money in high return, high risk products, in some money in moderate risk product, and some money in purely safety products like government scheme. So return will also average out, risk will also average out. That is why it is very important, and it is a good saying that you should not put all your egg in one basket. You should diversify it. Diversification is a beauty of investment, and rather is a pre-requirement for investment success. Now we will discuss next 10 minutes where to invest. It is very important. What are the products of Professor? Of course, I should be very brief, because students might not be so interested at this age about the products. But just very briefly, I will tell all of you. The first category of investment, category which is available for a normal middle class. Again, Professor, I am keeping myself limiting to middle class, salary class person only. I'm not talking about Mukesh Ambani or Adani. My concern is only of middle class, salary class person. May not be salary class, but middle class person. So the first category where we can invest is governmental small saving scheme. Government of India has started some small saving scheme for the middle class, salary class person. And Sweta, please note down, when you start earning, and not to you, but all students I am saying, I don't know whether professor has got this account or not. But if he had not, now I can't force on him. But for you, I am telling you, when you start earning, in the first year itself, you start a public provident fund account, PPF. Public Provident Fund account. I'm talking of government scheme only as of now. Public Provident Fund account. It can be opened with the banks or post offices. Minimum amount is 1,000 rupees. Maximum amount is 1.50 lakhs every year. And the beauty of this scheme, Professor must be knowing it. It is totally exempt, no tax at all. When you earn interest, no tax. When you get the money back after completion of the scheme, no tax. It is a rare scheme, Professor. Normally, government take tax on the return, normally speaking. But PPF is a very unique scheme where there is no tax liability at all. So I will request all your students, when they start earning, even they can have even today, if their family support, you can open a PPF account. But even when you start earning, you must open a PPF account in the first year itself. It is a 15-year scheme, And after 15 years also, Sweta, you can continue it by extending it for every 5 years.
Okay, sir.
Second scheme, just note it down. I will not go into the detail. Those who are interested can Google it and get the details. National Saving Certificate, NSC, National Saving Certificate. Third one is Kisan Vikas Patra. Kisan Vikas Patra. Fourth one is RBI bonds. Reserve Bank of India, professor must be knowing it, also keep issuing bonds, taxable bonds and tax-free bonds. Flexible bonds, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sabjar. RBI bonds. Then government securities. Government also keep taking loan from you. And for that, RBI has opened a dedicated website, Sweta. The name of the website is RBI Retail Direct.
RBI retail?
RBI Retail Direct. This is the website opened by the RBI where you can go, visit the website, give the necessary information they require and get yourself registered. After that, you can start investing a small amount in that. Then Government of India undertakings, big names, ONGC, Indian Oil Corporation, Railways, they also keep raising loan from public by issuing debenture and bonds. We can also subscribe to those debenture and bonds and give loan to them. And then post office and banks have also got savings scheme. Post office and banks have also got savings scheme. You can visit the websites of the banks and post offices and get the details. All these are under the umbrella of governmental scheme. Professor, there is one advantage and there is one disadvantage in these schemes. The advantage, Sweta, is that there is no risk at all. Whatever government promises you, government will give you. When the scheme matures, whatever amount is the maturity amount that will be given to you. And the minus point is, Professor, the returns are most reasonable. Returns are, again, Sweta, I told you very clearly, in investment, if you take high risk, then there is a possibility of high return. If you don't want to any risk, then only reasonable return will come. So in most of the governmental scheme, only inflation beating returns normally are available for the investors. Sometimes even tax beating in return is also there. But mostly, most reasonable return are there because there is no risk at all. So those who are risk averse, those who don't want to take a risk, can go for the governmental small savings scheme. But again, I tell you, you will not be making good money out of these schemes. But still, you should have 10-20% exposure in those schemes as well. Second category where we can invest is real estate and property. Out of government, the first was governmental schemes. Second is real estate and property. And Professor Bhamnani must be well aware about the real estate and property. I don't know how much he invested in real estate and property, but everybody does. Everybody tries to. So in real estate and property, we can invest, but risk is there, Sweta. How much return you will get? Not certain. When you will be able to sell the property when you need the money? Not certain. And for investment and real estate and property, Sweta, you will need huge money. You can't invest in real estate by investing 5 lakhs rupees or 10 lakhs rupees. No real estate will come on that for that amount. So huge money is required. And then nowadays, maintenance of property itself is a challenge nowadays. More so when you are in the different town and the property is in different town. But it is an option available to you. Third, where we can invest with Sweta, is gold, where we can invest. And you might have seen your mother, you might have seen your grandmother, they are passionate about gold. We Indian or particularly Indian female members of the family, Professor must have also experienced. They are passionate about gold. And it is not today, Sweta. For centuries together, it is there in Indian families. They are passionate about gold. But taking physical gold, professor, nowadays is a losing proposition. It is not advisable at all. Why? Because when you go for sale of the property or sale of the gold, they will cut literally 30 to 40% making charges. But now government has come out with a very good scheme, professor. For you also, I want to tell, and Shweta, note down this scheme and give the details of this scheme to your mother, to your elder sister, to your elder sister-in-law, and other senior ladies in your family. The name of the scheme is Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. SOVEREIGN. Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. It is a government scheme, professor. And it is one of the best schemes I have come through, very honestly speaking. Very good scheme of the government of India. Basically, now government wants public not to go for physical gold. This is the intention of the government, that now we should know. Because why, Shweta, have you ever thought of it? Because professor must be knowing it. We don't have gold mines in India, sir. But since demand is there, we have to import it in huge quantity by paying very precious foreign exchange. So now government wants that you should not go for physical gold. Rather, you can invest in this sovereign gold bond. And this is a very good scheme of the government of India. The tenure of the scheme is 8 years, Sweta. Minimum amount you can invest in 1 gram gold. Maximum is 4 kg gold. And government, professor, is giving 3 benefits in this scheme. The first benefit is, whatever amount you have invested in this scheme, Sweta, you will get 2.5% interest. 2.5% interest on your investment. Suppose you have invested 1 lakh rupees, then every year for the next 8 years, you will get 2,500 rupees as interest every year. This is a small benefit. Second big benefit. Suppose, Shweta, today you have invested in sovereign gold bond when the gold price is 6,000 1 gram and 60,000 10 gram, professor. After 8 years, suppose the price goes to 80,000 10 gram. And professor will agree that last 30, 40 years, gold price has not gone down. It have literally gone up all the time. So suppose the gold price goes to 80,000, professor, then government will give you redemption at the rate of 80,000 10 gram. So whatever appreciation in the gold price will also be given to you. And third benefit is, no tax liability will accrue, because indexation benefit, that is a technical term, indexation benefit is also applicable in this scheme. So your tax liability will literally be 0 or very minimum tax liability. And I just want to tell you, professor, I just want to give you one statistics. Shweta,
Yes,
this
sir.
sovereign gold bond was first started in 2015, professor. 2015. And 8 years just completed in November 2023. Those who have invested 100 rupees in 2015, Shweta, those who have invested 100 rupees in 2015 in this scheme, they have got 218 rupees in 2023. 100 rupees has become 218 rupees. That too with 100% government guarantee, that too with no tax liability. That is why I keep emphasizing in my session, all middle class persons should now start investing in sovereign gold bond instead of taking physical gold. So please share this with your family, Sweta, and I'm not telling to you only. All students, I will request you, please go to, when you go to home, first read the details of this scheme on the website, and then share with your mother, with your grandmother, with your sister, with your sister-in-law, and other family members. Third, where you can invest is security market, share bazaar. And I don't know about Professor Bhavnani, whether he has invested in security market, but normally, sir, what happens? People do say that it is nothing but a speculation. Are satta bajari hai. Normally people say like this. I want to tell all of them, Sweta, I have been in SEBI for 20 years. I can say with confidence that security market is not a speculation. But professor, it is purely knowledge-based market. Purely knowledge-based. And those who don't have knowledge of the market, I again repeat, those who don't have knowledge of the market must not invest in the security market directly. Very clear. So if you are interested to invest in security market directly, then first get the knowledge. And you are very lucky, Sweta, everything is available on websites now. We are in social media, we are in digital era. Everything is available. So please do understand the importance of knowledge in security market. You can make good money. And Professor, you must be knowing, security market during last 35 years have given 15% average return, which no other product has given. 15% average annual return. No other product, may it be government, may it be gold, may it be real estate even, no other product has given that level of return which security market has given. But again, I repeat, first gain knowledge before start investing in security market directly. There is there are two ways of direct investment in security market, Sweta. The first is through IPO, initial public offering. Public come to the companies come to the public, offer their shares. You can subscribe those shares, and you can after subscription you get the share and you can sell it. There is a procedure of all these things. I don't have time. Next time, if you feel in need, Professor, we can have a technical session of security market to your students. Second is you can purchase any share or sell any share of the listed company at exchanges. And there are two exchanges, Shweta must be knowing it: National Stock Exchange, NSE, and Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE. There is a procedure of purchasing and selling of the share, but you can do it. But there is an indirect way of investing in security market and beyond. And Professor, that is called mutual funds. And Sweta, I encourage all of you, all students, please do understand the concept of mutual funds. Because Professor, mutual fund is a magic for middle class, salary class person. Because we have got regular income. Those who are in salary, they get salary every month. It is a magic for them to think of investing in mutual funds. So what is mutual fund? As a concept, I want to tell you that mutual fund is nothing but indirect way of investing. Professor, you are not investing directly. Shweta will not be investing directly into shares. They will give their money to some experts. And those experts, Shweta, are technically called fund managers. In mutual funds, asset management companies are there. They engage fund managers to manage the money of investors, to manage the saving of investments. So mutual fund is an indirect way of investing into share market. But please understand, Professor, mutual fund schemes are not only for security market. They are beyond security market also. And there are different type of schemes available for different type of investors. Sweta, in mutual fund, schemes are available as per your risk appetite. Those who have got very high risk appetite, the schemes are available. Those who have got moderate risk appetite, schemes are available. Those who have got minimum risk appetite, schemes are available. Those who don't have any risk appetite, mutual fund schemes are available. So for all risk investors, as per their risk appetite, mutual fund schemes are available. Likewise, Sweta, in mutual funds, schemes are available as per tenure of the scheme. Even for one night, Sweta, suppose you invest today evening and you can withdraw tomorrow morning. These are called overnight funds, and you will earn some return. So even for a very short period of 1 day, 1 month, 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, different schemes are available as per time horizon. Different schemes are available as per risk appetite. Only thing is to select the right scheme, and that you can select. So for understanding mutual fund, please note down a name of the website. All students, I will request you, please note down the name of the website. The name of the website is Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. Mr. Sabjar has also put it on the chat box. Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. This is the name of the website, Professor, which had been developed by Amfi, where all information relating to all aspects of mutual fund is available. What is mutual fund? How it works? What are the different categories of what is the different categories of schemes? And what is risk? What are the past performance of the existing schemes? Everything is available on there. Small videos are there for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Please go through these websites. Take your time, Sweta. Take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Don't be in great hurry. Understand the concept of mutual fund. Understand the concept how mutual fund functions. Understand the concept how mutual fund generate returns. And if you are satisfied, then start investing in mutual fund. And the best way of investing in mutual fund for middle class, salary class person, Vita, is called SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. Mr. Sabjar put it in detail. Systematic Investment Plan. SIP is a concept just like recurring account. Professor, you might have opened recurring account with bank where you are depositing some money every month. The same principle applies here. Every month you are investing some money. Maybe every day, maybe every week, every fortnight. You have to decide the period and tenure. That facility is available. You can start daily SIP. You can start weekly SIP. You can start fortnightly SIP. You can start monthly SIP. You can start quarterly SIP. Whatever suits to you. And the minimum amount of SIP is 500 rupees. But Sweta, for you, those who are students, those who are not earning, minimum SIP is only 100 rupees. You can start. I encourage all students, because wherever I am visiting universities and colleges, I encourage students, please start SIP at this stage out of your pocket money, maybe even 100 rupees. Because this 100 rupees is going to be lakhs of. I just give you one example, Professor. Suppose a person of the age of 20 start an SIP of 500 rupees. And he continue this SIP for 40 years. Every month he's investing only 500 rupees. After 40 years, presuming return of 12%, which is the minimum I take, normally return has been more than 15%. After, at the age of 60, Sweta, after 40 years, he will have a corpus of 41 lakhs. 500 rupees investment become 41 lakhs. Very small amount. But one more concept now is available, that is called top-up SIP or step-up SIP. Top-up, TOP, top-up SIP or step-up SIP. Basically, top-up SIP is that you keep increasing the amount of SIP every year. Suppose you started with 500 rupees this year. Next year, when you start earning, Sweta, definitely you will get increment. You will get increase in your salary. So with the increase in your salary, you can increase in the amount of SIPs. Ideally, it should be 10%. So suppose started you with 500 rupees. Next year, you increase it by 10%. That is 50 rupees. So next year, it will be 550 rupees. Third year, it can be 10% of 550 rupees. Add on that amount. So keep increasing the SIP. And if you do it, Sweta, for 40 years, The normal SIP of 500 rupees will give you 41 lakhs, Sweta. But if you keep increasing the amount of SIP every year, ideally 10%, the corpus you will have at the age of 60, Sweta, will be 1 crore 88 lakhs. So I want to tell you, please start SIP as early as you can and continue it with as much period as you can. And I know, Sweta, lot of young people like you who have already started earning, they have started, Professor, not one SIP, but 5, 6 SIPs. And all SIPs are target oriented. One SIP for purchase of house, second SIP for purchase of car, third SIP for going on international vacation, fourth SIP for higher education of children happening after 25 years, fifth SIP for marriage of children happening after 28, 30 years, and last SIP for your retirement life. So you can have multiple SIPs, and this is the best way of developing corpus for different milestones in your life. Early you start, better it would be. If you continue for the longer period, risk will automatically be taken care of. If you continue with the longer period, multiplying. Money will keep multiplying, money will keep accumulating. So SIP is the best thing for a middle class, salary class person. I again repeat, all your students, please do consider starting SIP even at this stage of 100 rupees and continue it for longer period. This is the best way of investing and getting good return. One more thing I want to tell, Sweta, and please do tell your parents when you go home today, and not you, but all your friends also. Never, never, never invest in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. Never, never, never put your Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees, because they are all fraud. They will promise you doubling your money in 3 or 4 or 5 years, but Professor, you must be knowing it is not possible. They will simply vanish. They will simply run away with your money. And why normally people do invest in Ponzi scheme, chit funds, sir? Professor, only because of greed. Greed. I want quick money. I want quick return. But it is not possible at all. Please mind it. It is not possible. Money will double you, but it will take time. Money will make money for you, but it will take time. It can't be in 1 day, 1 month or 1 year or 2 years. It is not possible. So please make it a promise with yourself that you will never, never invest your hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committee. And Professor, I will request you, Bhavnani sir, a special request to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is your social responsibility because you are working in a missionary college. This is your social responsibility, sir, that we should spread this message among masses. Your rickshawala, your auto driver, your milk vendor, your grocery shop owner, your peon, normally they invest in Ponzi scheme because they come under greed. So we should spread this message through your students to them that they should never, never invest their hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. If they don't have any knowledge, normally they don't have, better to put their money in bank and post offices. At least their money will be safe. So please take this forward because it is your social responsibility. And Sweta, last thing I want to tell all of you, prosperity is your right. Professor, prosperity is your right. And prosperity doesn't mean to be a Mukesh Ambani. Prosperity doesn't mean to be a Adani. Prosperity, Professor, to my definition is very simple. I should have money for my comfort. I should have money for my comfortable life for my family. I should have money for leading a comfortable life. I should have money for taking care of my family obligations. I should have money for realizing my normal human being dreams. That is my prosperity. And I keep telling Professor, prosperity is your right. It is not a luck at all. It is an effort. It is not luck. It is an effort. We have to make effort for our prosperity. And if you make effort, sincere effort, just the things which we have discussed today, I'm sure you will all be prosper. Please don't rely on luck. Make efforts. dedicated efforts, passionate efforts for making you prosper, and you will be prosper. And one last thing I want to tell, there may be one or two participant professor, maybe, should not be, but maybe.
Yes.
Those who might think that they are not from rich family, they are not from wealthy family, to those I want to tell one thing very clearly. Forget about this misconception in your mind. Forget for all the time. Because, Professor, birth in a poor family is not a curse at all. Birth in a poor family, Sweta, is not a curse at all. But living as poor and die as poor is a curse, which we all can avoid by managing our money right from the day we start earning. And if you do it, you will all be prosper. That is my wish and best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I'll just call Shweta to give the vote of thanks.
Professor, can you
Yes, 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 sir.
give your
Uh, 1 minute, we have some audio problem here.